the Evergreen Media Network studios. Brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Broadcasting from the Evergreen Media Network studios in Vero Beach, Florida. It's Huntin with Heather.
Hey y'all, welcome to Huntin with Heather. I'm your host, Heather Hawk. This is season 1, episode 3. I want to thank everyone who is coming back to listen to the show, and welcome to all the ones that are new to it. This show is dedicated to those who love to hunt, love the outdoors, and those who want to learn more. Whether you're a seasoned hunter, a green hunter, this show is going to be packed full of information. We're going to talk deer, turkey, hogs, and everything in between. And of course, you can't forget about those stories that keep us coming back for more. So before I introduce my guest today, I'd like to give a shout out to my sponsor, All Star Plumbing, for all your commercial and residential plumbing services. So today, my guest is Mary Ann Lynn, and she is one of my best friends, and I am so excited to have her on here. She exuberates so much energy, and she's just so much fun. We have a great time, whether it's in the woods, we have a hunt and lease camp together, and we spend a lot of time there, and she's just ready to dive into whatever adventure is ready to happen. So we're going to get started. I'll let her introduce herself, and let's the audience get to know a little bit about you. Welcome, Mary Ann.
Hi, thank you. I'm Mary Ann Lynn. Of course, one of your besties.
Yes.
Love it.
And how did you, so I know the history of you, but tell me a little bit how you got started into hunting and how, like, it's been a long time, right?
Yes. 50 years old. Yes, this is 50.
Yeah.
My family's pretty much hunted all their life. My dad, we grew up on a ranch. He worked on, ranches down south, ranches over in the West Coast. And I moved to Yeehaw Junction almost 30 years ago. Met my husband.
Yeah, shout out to Stevon. I have to give a shout out to my boy Stevon. So
he would be mad if you didn't.
I know.
I met him. Stephen was never a big hunter. He kind of did a little bit of deer hunting, but not very much. And I kind of introduced him to hog hunting, and now he loves it.
Oh, yeah. So, but your dad was a huge, and your mama they were huge hog hunters. They raised dogs. I mean, that was their thing. I think that's why it's your jam.
Yes.
Like hog hunt. I know you love to hunt everything else.
Yes.
But hog hunting is your jam. If you say, hey, we're going hog hunting, Mary Ann's like, not without me. Or, hey, we're going hog hunting. Come on and join.
Yes.
That is. And so you went with your dad as a little girl, right? You guys, that's what you did.
Yes, we grew up doing that. If the dogs run the ground, we weren't far behind. My brother, Johnny, would tell you if he was here that the one person you could count in your back pocket would be Mary Ann. She was not afraid. I'm not afraid. I will go with the craziest, the wildest. If my dogs are there, I'm going to be there.
Yeah, I know this.
I'm not going to be far behind.
There's some places, I'm like, I'm going to stay in the buggy or sometimes. But I know, during the summer, we've been hog hunting all summer.
Yes.
And we hunt a lot of the sod farms, and the reason behind it, and I'll let you kind of explain the reason behind it, why it's so important for us to hunt and keep those hogs off of the sod farms.
The ranch and the sod farm that my husband works for is in Osceola County, and they keep rooting up the sod fields. And whenever they root up the sod fields, it destroys the grass. The grass they sell to commercial and residential areas to put on the side of the road to make people's yards beautiful. Right. Hogs go in, they're getting the grub worms, they're getting, any kind of insects, whatever, out of the dirt that they can get from the ground, and they will destroy acres and acres and acres.
Like within such a short amount, I was going to say, in such a short amount of time, right? Like they can do some major damage.
They tear up
it's super important to do that
cow
control.
Pastures as well.
Yeah.
You go riding across, my husband mows, and that's what he does. He mows the ranch, and it's like crazy bouncing in the tractor because the hog rooting is so terrible. So terrible.
So we're very blessed to be able to join Mary Ann a lot of times to go out and catch these hogs. We do use dogs, and so that is primarily how we hunt hogs. I mean, sometimes during actual hunting season, we'll sit in a stand or, the blind or whatever, and we'll shoot a hog or something like that. But otherwise, we're running our dogs, and Marianne has a ton of dogs. We have a few. But this is what your dogs know. And so there's a big controversy. Like, some people absolutely do not think you should use dogs to hunt. But, Marianne and I were talking about this the other night, and it is like, this is what they do. This is what they are bred for. They're just like a farm dog, right? Would you not agree? I mean, right?
Yes. When you have dogs that you have had for a long time, you train them, you put a lot of time into them, from puppies up until when they're older, and I have an older dog. I have 2 older dogs, actually, and they love to be on the ground. One of them, he's a solo hunter. He likes to hunt by himself. He'll give a location bark, and that's it. He catches. So it's kind of dangerous whenever you have him on the ground doing his thing, but you have other dogs on the ground. But I do use him to train some of my puppies with whenever I have younger dogs that need to go. It's really complicated. People don't understand. They think that it's cruel. It's not.
Right.
These dogs love it. Absolutely. They have a job. You can't take a Florida cur dog and put him inside on a couch and expect him to survive it.
Right.
Because a lot of these dogs are bred for hunting, cow working. They have a job and they love their job. My dogs absolutely love their job. They know when they see my hunting bag, they hear the collar jingle, they know we're going hunting. Yep. They are excited. They are ready to go.
Oh, absolutely. I've been there. I've seen it. And, and we take very good care of our dogs.
Yes.
So if they get hurt, which is part of it, okay, that happens, but we have all the stuff out there to doctor them up, to get them taken care of. We put, special gear on them to help, not, so they won't get hurt by the hogs. I mean, that's the whole idea, is not to get hurt by the hogs, and they catch them, and so so the difference for some people who have never hog hunted, okay, so you've never hog hunted, I mean, and there's different types of dogs that you use too. There's bay dogs, and they will go in, they'll find the hog, and they'll bay. And that lets us know, or they'll let the catch dog know that, hey, we've caught one. And then a lot of times you'll release the catch dog. The catch dog goes in and gets the hog. And then the crazy thing is, this is the exciting part, is that, and Marianne loves this part, you get right in behind them and you grab their hind legs, the hog, while the dogs have the other, the hog caught, and you flip them over. And so what we'll do, we'll either kill them, right? Because that's all the times we'll do that, or we'll
hobble them. Hobble means tie them up. We'll
tie them up, we'll castrate them, and we'll release them, so that way they're either not going to be able to produce, any more testosterone to produce, get another sow pregnant, or they're actually better eating, right? When you castrate them, and especially if they're small and they grow, it's like, man, that meat is great, right?
Yes.
And so, or we will kill them if we have to, depending on, sometimes we relocate them. There's just all kinds of different things that we do with them. But the dogs, man, that is just, they go in, like, I have a catch dog. Marianne has several bay dogs, catch dogs. I mean, her, when she says release buck, we know it's on. Like, we know it's on. It's getting ready to go down. And it's like, it's awesome. It's so exciting.
Buck doesn't get out unless we absolutely have to have him.
Yeah.
He's that solo dog.
Yep. He's the solo dog. Yeah. I mean,
he takes care of business.
He does take care of business, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not lightweight. He's heavy.
Yeah.
He's drugged me down. I've been jerked down. I fall down. That's my favorite thing to do.
So, talk about stories. Marianne has quite a few stories of her falling down. It's dark out. You're running. Adrenaline's like pumping through. You have your headlight, but you're just running, as like just trying to get to your dogs, or you've got your dog on the leash, whatever it is. I swear, Marianne finds every speed bump and every hole, pothole
Every
in the
cypress
woods.
knot.
Yes, right?
Cypress knots are the worst.
But she's a good sport because she gets up, she shakes it off, laughs about it, and then, of course, we got to hear the story about it because it is, And I'm just saying, I am one of those people, her and I both, we will laugh at each other, but we'll make sure you're okay, but we're going to laugh the whole way, and hopefully I haven't, in my pants either.
And don't take it serious, because whenever I'm asking you if you're okay, I'm also laughing the whole time.
For sure.
Because I'm laughing when I'm falling. I know that I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna laugh. It doesn't matter. What can you do?
We have so much fun.
Yes.
We do. We probably have sometimes too much fun in the woods when the guys are trying to be very serious. Not that we don't take it very serious, but man, we have so much fun.
We do.
And that's what it's about, right?
Yep.
Yep. I mean,
and a lot of people don't understand that hogs are a big nuisance.
100%.
Yeah, they don't understand that a sow can have up to 3 litters of pigs every year.
And how many would you say sometimes in a litter?
Most litters are between 6 to 12 piglets.
Holy.
And when she has that litter, after they're done nursing, 3 weeks later,
they can have.
She comes into heat again.
And then how old do they have to be, though?
6 months old.
Okay, y'all.
Between 6 to 8 months old.
Do you see why hog management is so important?
Yes.
For all you that don't kill the hogs, it is so important. I mean, I think they're worse than bunnies. I don't know. That's not one that are they're worse than bunnies or whatever.
And a male hog, he can start, breeding at 6 months of age too.
Yeah.
So, you figure how many sows we've caught.
Yeah.
Tons of sows. When you kill them, you get rid of them, then that's 3 litters of pigs.
Right. Absolutely.
40, 50 pigs gone,
right.
For that year that you don't have to worry about it.
It's crazy. It's crazy when you put it in perspective like that.
Yes.
So,
yes.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk some more about hunting.
Let's do it.
When it comes to service, All Star Plumbing gets all 5 stars. In fact, here's a real 5-star review.
After having 2 leaks in our copper pipes, we decided to have our home repiped by All Star Plumbing. All Star did the repiping and also arranged for someone to cut, patch, and repaint the drywall. We are very pleased and highly recommend them.
For faucet installation, plumbing leak detection, and pipe repair, in addition to new construction, repiping, remodel, and all other plumbing services, call 772-794-9611. All Star Plumbing.
Welcome back to Huntin' with Heather. So my guest today is my best friend. If you're just coming on the show, it's one of my best friends, Mary Ann Lynn, and we have been talking hog hunting. So we're gonna talk deer. We're gonna talk open and archery, y'all. Our open and archery is this weekend, which is September 16th. It is like Christmas Day for us, okay? The night before Friday night is like Christmas Eve. We're hardly going to sleep. It is so it's open weekend for archery for deer season and all that.
In Zone C.
What?
In Zone C.
In Zone C. Yep. So it's north of 70. If you're from Florida, it's north of 70, which is by Okeechobee, all the way up to the Florida-Georgia line, and then I forget exactly where it cuts over, but somewhere before Tallahassee, around that area. So there's a lot of us first, get in the woods for the first time this year. Super excited about it. Yes. We'll be headed up to North Florida to our lease to hunt this weekend. Mary Ann, you're going to be hunting our lease out
in Polk County.
In Polk County,
yes.
And she's got some good pictures. I'm super excited for her, and I can't wait to get that text in the morning. Buck down.
Something's going to die.
Something's going down, right? I know.
Something's going to die.
Yeah.
Whether it's a hog, whether it's a deer. Something's down.
Maybe a coyote. Just kidding.
Yeah. No, I have a big one that comes to my feeder, and he's got to go.
He's a really good, healthy German Shepherd. To be honest with you, he's a healthy-looking coyote.
He's very, very healthy, and he will kill the deer. He will run the deer off. The hogs also, a lot of people don't understand.
They do too.
The hogs will also run the deer away from the feeders. So you got to manage. You got to really put your time in, put your homework in, and we do it. Our feeders are fed year round.
That's right.
It's hard work. It's not easy.
No, for sure. Because I've gone out there with you,
Yes.
and it's definitely, you guys have definitely put in
Yes.
the time, and so I am super excited because there's several different. She has Spy Point out, or one of those. And man, she gets all these pictures, live pictures, and I'm like, well, why are we not there right now? Wouldn't that,
Yes.
So I am so excited for you because
I'm excited for you guys. You guys are going up to the lease. There's
I know.
There's good ones up there, too.
I know there is
Good ones up there.
I
You guys
know.
are going to get something.
Yeah, there's a lot of bears, y'all, up there.
Oh,
And
that's the
everyone
scary
knows me
part.
up there. They always laugh at me because we can't hunt bears here in Florida. So like, I absolutely I hate the bears. I mean, I love the bears, but I also hate them. And we have a lot of them up there. So it's nothing, better than walking to your stand in the dark and, hoping you don't run into a mama bear and her cubs. So fingers crossed, y'all.
yes.
Prayers. No, I'm just kidding. It'll be fine. I'm super excited
definitely.
about it. It's going to be fun.
Yes.
And I just love like getting up to our lease and our hunting camp because we have such great members up there. The camaraderie, that's what it's about.
Yes.
I mean, it's about hunting. There's a lot of stuff, but like just everyone, we're like a big family, whether it's my lease up there in North Florida or with you guys. I mean, it's awesome.
And
It's
we're
so
gonna
much
we're gonna
fun.
team up this year, and we're gonna go sit in my double stand, and we're gonna
That's
lay
what I'm talking
we're gonna
about.
lay some meat on the ground.
Yes. So I'm saying we are going to out hunt the guys this year.
I say let's do it.
I'm for real. I'm headed up to North Georgia next weekend, and super excited about
Yes.
that. I cannot wait. My best friend, my other best friend lives up there, Marcia, and I just cannot wait. It's just we have just a great time. Marcia and Wayne, they are just the best host and hostess, and they have beautiful land, and it's
Yes.
fun. We have so much fun up there, and so I am super pumped about season.
Me too.
And
Me too.
yeah,
This will be my second year with bow hunting.
Okay.
I didn't kill anything last year with bow. I let
Okay.
a couple of hogs walk. I
Yeah.
mostly was looking for deer. But
Yeah.
this year they ain't passing.
You use a crossbow, right?
Yes. Use a crossbow.
I know you. So she's like, I got my compound bow years ago, and she's like, yep, I will never ever use one. It sometimes can smack you in the arm really hard, and she's like, I don't care. Ever since then, I will not use one.
Yep.
So I'm excited that you got it. At least you got your crossbow, so you can join us in archery season.
Yes.
Yes. Archery season is not necessarily the rut around here, but it just depends. So you never know what's going to come out, to be honest with you. Maybe that buck, that nice buck that you got on camera will
There's
show up.
several of them.
Yep.
Several of them.
I know.
So.
I know. I'm just pumped, y'all. I can't even explain to you how. And I know that my fellow Zone C people, let's just say that, hunters here, are just as excited.
Yes.
And so, I mean, last year with archery, I missed a buck. Shot right
That's
over
okay.
him.
It's okay. It
No,
happens.
I know. I missed a buck, but I did get a big old sow with
Yes, you did.
my bow. So that was super exciting. 2 years ago, I missed a beautiful. No, I shot him. This is stories. Okay, we're going to the stories part, y'all. So here we go. So 3 years ago, I think it was. We had just got on our lease. Opening morning. I mean, I am like super excited, and I hear this behind me, like maybe a bear is coming behind me. I can't really move, can't look, and here comes this beautiful 8-point with a lovely little drop tine, and he comes right up to my stand. I'm like 20 feet up in the air, I'm just like, oh my gosh, we are literally having a stare out. And I'm like, I can't move, and he backs up behind the myrtles. I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't go away. Please don't, And then he comes around, and it gets in, and I get up at that point and get in position, and I make a shot. I make a great shot at 32 yards, I believe it was. Found my arrow, full of blood. I mean, it was just like, this is it. But he went right back into the swamp. We couldn't get dogs out there till later on that evening because we use dogs a lot of times to track the deer when we're archery hunting or any other kind too. But we use dogs, and then it was opening day. So like the trackers were jam packed, you know, they were already, so I was probably like 10th in line to get a dog where we're at up in North Florida. So sad story. I never found my buck, but the circle of life. So some people are like, oh man, that's terrible. But you know, I know a coyote, a bear, something was able to
Yes.
benefit from it.
Yes.
So, you know, it is what it is, right? That's what it's about. You know, we have good times, we have
Yes.
bad times, and you know, it's just how hunting is. That's why they call
That's
it
right.
hunting, right?
You're never guaranteed anything to kill.
You're not. And sometimes you just sit and sit
Yes.
and sit, and you don't see anything. And that's where the patience and the perseverance comes in. Really, I mean, you've got to like, am I right or am I wrong?
You're totally
it's,
right. It's some days you sit there for hours. Some days I sit in my stand from like 5:30 in the morning, black dark. You get up there, get still, get everything in place that you're ready to go. I might sit there till 11:30. It depends on how hot it is. You know, right now, a lot of stuff has been popping up on my camera at like 11:30. It just depends.
Interesting,
In
yeah.
the middle of the day, you know, stuff is moving. So you just kind of got to
You never know.
wait your time out.
Yeah. So typically when we hunt, we like we call it prime time, right? So it's like dusk and dawn. Those are the prime times where the animals are moving, the deer are moving more, and then they'll bed up during the day, but that's not always true because you'll hear some hunters, or I've had other, you know, like you said on camera, they'll come out because they do like to eat quite often.
Yeah.
So, but it's quite interesting. Some people use moon phases. Some people use all kinds of things to, you know, to try to get a better hunt. And so that's just some things that we like to do as hunters. You know, you got cameras now, you got these cell cameras. I mean, it's
Yes.
way easier, right, to hunt than how it used to be.
Yes.
You know, you can pattern them out, especially with time and things like that.
The weather is a big thing.
Weather is a huge
The weather
thing.
right
Yep.
now, we have that storm out there. So like a lot of times the animals, they you know, survive off of the storms and stuff. They
Sure.
know when a storm is
Yep.
coming, when they got to feed, when they don't got to feed. They know, you know, what they're doing.
It is. It's interesting. You'll see a lot of movement. I mean, like, again, a lot of this is, you know, it's here or there, but they typically will, before a storm, you'll see them moving a lot. Like they know. It's like they know there's a storm coming in, something, whether it's a storm, cool front weather, whatever it is, or after, they'll move a lot. You know, sometimes they move in the rain too.
Yeah.
Sometimes they move in the wind. I don't know, when it's real windy. You know, they're very smart animals. Deer, hogs, you know, turkey, super smart too.
Yes.
So you really just, you know, just got to play it out and hope that all the stars line up for you. And that's
your
what it's
patience.
about. That's right.
Patience is the biggest
Patience. Yes. So
thing. It's the biggest thing.
I know. So we're going to have to wrap up my show, and I hate it because it goes by so quick and there's so much that we could talk about.
Yes.
But I'd like to give a shout out to my sponsor, All Star Plumbing. My aunt actually has used them. She had to have her whole home repiped, and they were in and had everything. You would know, they in and out like in no time, and they had everything. It looks like no one was even in there. And I also want to give a shout out to Boars and Broads. We're actually wearing their merch. She's wearing her merch. They have new merchandise out. Go check them out. Go check out Facebook, YouTube. They have a merchandise website, Boars and Broads. Hopefully, we've got something in the works for them coming on. They're huge avid hog hunters. And good luck. Be safe to all the hunters out there going out this weekend. I love y'all. Marianne, I love you. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
Thanks for joining,
enjoy our
guys.
time.
Come back for the next episode.
Peace.